Man, the Wi-Fi in here is hit or miss. All right, so you hit send anyway.
I did, and then I came up with that.
And then I click out of it, and then I kind of just go back into my browser.
I did. It didn't work. I'll just carry it.
Wait, your trick, man.
So yesterday I gave my starting 9 most hated Mets on the Divide Live show down here at Xfinity.
I saw that on social media.
So did you listen in for my starting 9?
I didn't listen at all.
I might have. I'll give it to you.
Give it to me in the break. Let me do this.
No. When we bring Powers on.
Oh, right.
He's like, I saw that you were on there, and I get enough of you on Sundays.
No, I was during the game when I saw it. So
there's Sack talking again.
I actually, the initial thing, I was like, oh shit, did I miss our show? That's what I thought originally.
No, they had it stuffed in the corner. They didn't want
I'm sure Quimby woke up drunk yesterday in Dominican when I made that post. He's like, "Whoa, you doing a Saturday show?"
Why this won't even connect.
I'd love to do like a home run derby show here. That'd be dope.
Would be fun. I love the derby.
1 minute.
I won $600 off the derby last year.
Dude,
I put $50 on Soto to beat Julio Rodriguez in the final.
I won a ton of
It was like a plus 1,300. So I put 50 on it. And then J-Rod went off at the beginning of like the final round, and I was like, dude, Soto's got to go nuts.
I had money on Ulos advancing.
Is it kind of bad that we're playing this right now?
I can't get on the internet right now. I'll try in a minute again.
Don't worry about it.
I mean, I can't. That means I can't get on screen here. So.
I think it's insensitive that we played that.
We'll get you there. Dude, that's what the people come for.
That is what the what the ladies love. That's why we're so successful, because they don't listen to us. They just look and sack.
My own wife doesn't want to look at me.
That's normal.
Summer Sundays are meant for fresh cut grass, full-on dogs, and the best songs on evening fun. So get back to replaying the mix and pour yourself a mimosa while Phillies announcer Greg Murphy and Rudy Leisure Radio's Chris Sack bring it down your flying bills and take you around the league right now on Baseball Brunch.
Good morning, Philadelphia. Welcome in to Bud Light Baseball Brunch, brought to you by Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club, powered by Green Legion Radio. We are live down here at Xfinity Live, right in front of Broad Street Bullies Pub. Man, it is a gorgeous day here in the Delaware Valley. We're hoping to avoid the thunderstorms this afternoon for Phillies Mets, but we shall see how Mother Nature intends to treat us today. I'm Chris Sack of Green Legion Radio, and I am sitting alongside my co-host, my partner in crime, Greg Murphy. What's going on, Murph?
You know what? I gotta be honest. I woke up this morning, I saw these blue skies, and I'm like, what's going on here? For the last 3 days, I've been like glued to my weather app, just anticipating delay after delay. We've had none. And today, gorgeous day out here in South Philadelphia. And yeah, to your point, some scattered thunderstorms out there, but looks like we're going to be good to go to play baseball today. Phillies need a win this afternoon, win this series, go on from there, head off to Chicago, feeling good. But a win today is a must. And I don't say that very often, but I feel like
Especially in June.
Yeah, today's a huge game for a lot of different reasons. You need to win a series against the Mets. You need to do it here at home.
They haven't done it in 2 years.
Exactly right. They haven't done it since 2021. You have Zach Wheeler on the mound against Carrasco, who has really been scuffling this year. The offense needs to come out early and often score some runs today. They need to take it to the Mets today and show them that, you know what, you don't have our number. at this point, right? You know, they won 3 in New York. We win 2 out of 3 here in Philadelphia. You see them in September, 7 games in September. We'll see you then. And at that point, you know, you won't own us at that point. You know, things will be even up. I think it's a big game for sure.
And they have one of the guys that they need to have on the mound today. I mean, outside of Taiwan Walker over his 4 starts, and we're going to tie down to that in a little bit. Zach Wheeler is the guy right now in this starting pitching staff that you need to have a big day. He hasn't pitched in a week. I mean, so like, you know, he's had the extra rest. I'm thankful, you know, for that. You know, obviously they had an off day on Monday, but then they got rained out on Wednesday and he got pushed back. So he should be fresh, good to go. I expect the 97, 98 Zach Wheeler today, not the 95, 96 where he was sitting last week.
Yeah.
I think with that extra day or two that he's getting, I think you're going to see electric stuff out of Zach Wheeler this afternoon. And the Phillies need it, but we're going to dive into the offense. They need the offensive production. Today is the type of day where the ball should be flying out of the ballpark. It needs to be hitting season because I'm growing frustrated, just as many Phillies fans are, with this offensive production. It just has not been there. But we'll dive a little bit further into that coming up here because this first segment is brought to you by State Farm. Here's the deal: when you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. $889. State Farm agent David Russo is ready to help you combine home and auto in South Jersey and Pennsylvania. Call Dave today at 856-740-5012. That's 856-740-5012. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And the average annual per household savings are based on a 2019 national survey by State Farm of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements. You know, I feel like I'm back to normal this week because a couple weeks ago, I was sitting on Murph's left. And we've been doing this show for 3 years, and that was the first time that I've ever sat to my left for a show down here. It throws me off a little bit, you know, like I'm used to the producer being over here, you being to my left, and I'm glad to be back in this. And also, hey, we're going to be back down here again next week. This is the first time I think all season we've done back-to-back shows here at Xfinity.
I know. What a weird schedule we're going through right now. So we leave, the team leaves tonight for Chicago, off day in Chicago tomorrow, then 3 games in Chicago, and then right back home. 3-game road trips in Major League Baseball have been rare over the last 20 years, but with this new balanced schedule, I think we have 2 of them this year, where we just go away for Fiat, because when we go to Cleveland, we're in Cleveland for 3 games and come back.
It's got to be in August, because we're home a ton in August.
We are. I
have 5 season ticket games.
I think we only have 6 away games in August, the month of August. The Phillies have played the fewest home games. I believe this is still true. Fewest home games in all of Major League Baseball and have one of the best records at home. So that's good news. You know, if you think about what August could bring when you're playing 20 out of your 26 games here at Citizens Bank Park, that could be really, really big for the Phillies. They've spent so much time out on the road. They're playing better on the road right now, but early on, they didn't play well on the road at all.
And the funny thing is, we only have 3 home games left between now and the All-Star game, and that's next weekend against the Nationals.
You know, I can't even wrap my head around the fact that the All-Star game is next week. When we get back from Chicago at the end of this week, we'll have played half the season. 81 games in the books. I don't know about you, Seth, but, you know, being here at the ballpark every day, being with the team every day, when you start out on that journey each year in April, you look at the schedule, you're like, oh, all right, here we go. You know, put on your backpack and let's get to work. And now I look back and I'm like, where did that go? That went like, you know, in the blink of an eye. We're halfway through the season. It's crazy how quickly things go. Maybe it's just because I'm getting old. I don't know. But man, I can't believe we're at the midway point.
It's also, I mean, you're second straight year. You're back full time with the team on the road all the time. You know, like it's great to see. I mean, you know, it's great to be a part of. You know, like covering the team. Like I've been privileged to do the last few years here at Green Legion Radio. But listen, we want to give away a couple more tickets. Another pair of tickets for Phillies Nationals on Thursday, August 10th at 6:40 p.m. down here at Citizens Bank Park. Listen, nobody needs to suck up. When I'm asking for a favorite duo, you don't have to say Sack and Murph, right? It just, you know, it kind of goes without saying. Exactly. It's like lamb and tuna fish, you know?
Right.
You prefer spaghetti and meatball? You know, like.
Yeah. You just tick it off 3 right off the list.
But in light of the fact that hey, this weekend is the London series, Phillies Mets are going to be the London series next year, which is going to be awesome. Jimmy Rollins and Chase Utley are back together again.
And Ryan Howard.
And Ryan Howard is on the big piece. But if I'm talking about duos, though, you got to go with the double play combination: J-Roll and Chase Utley. So in honor of that, give us your favorite duo.
All right. Well, I have 5 of them, but I'll give you one right now. We'll unveil the rest later on in the show. But I'll start easy. I'm going to show my age here, but that's okay because I think everybody knows that I'm an old guy. But Fred and Barney, when I was growing up, Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble were the ultimate duo.
The Water Buffaloes.
They were, yeah. I mean, the guys they do it all, really. I mean, they rode dinosaurs and gold on their cookie toast. So. Fred and Barney are on my list. They're not number 1, but they're on my list, so we'll throw that one out there. Flintstone and Rubble. What a combo.
All right, I'm going to go with Dumb and Dumber. I'm going to go with Lloyd Christmas and Harry Dunn. Like those two together. Now, listen, the sequel was not that good. You could probably say it was terrible. But if you're going to go back 30 years, I mean, that set the tone for comedy movies for the last 30 years. It's untouchable. Those two were incredible together. Jansen is a movie buff. Now, you don't have to go with a movie here, but now give me your favorite duo.
I'll go with another Barney. I always loved Andy Griffith in Barney as well.
Showing your age.
Sure, yeah.
Showing your dad's age.
I'm showing my dad's age.
Yes, he is.
But I love that show. That duo together was cool.
I'm going to get in. Hey, by the way, the second segment today, we're going to have a guest on the show with Divide Lives, Mike Powers. He's a Mets fan, but I'll tell you what, he was wearing red yesterday, an oversized hat that would have provided like a retractable roof if rain did hit Citizen Bank Park yesterday. So Mike is going to be with us. We'll get your favorite duo when we get you in the second segment. Slash is
Mike is skin like me, by the way. I can tell.
Slash is back in studio for us. As Mike called him yesterday, we have a new nickname for Slash now. He is now going to be known as the Magic Man.
Oh.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
Yeah, Magic Man.
Magic Man, give me your favorite duo.
Is that a Russian group?
No, it was Talladega Nights. He's like, you're just mad because I thought about it first.
Oh,
there you go. That's a good one. And recently remade. I have no interest in seeing the remake because. Yeah. The first, it's one of those. The first one's so
I
good.
didn't see it, and you don't have to.
All right, Murph, let's get out of the box. Let's talk some Fighting Phillies baseball here. Phillies have gone 2-3 since our last show last week. Obviously, the day off on Monday and the rain out on Wednesday. So that includes the loss yesterday against Max Scherzer and the Mets. And I'll tell you what, I can't wait for that guy to retire. I've had enough of Max Scherzer during the course of his major league career going up against the Phillies. It's funny because he gets jacked up against the Braves, and then a Yankee lineup with no Aaron Judge in it, and then he comes back to us and he's like Cy Young Max Scherzer all over again. But completely frustrated. The starting pitching has been phenomenal the last few weeks. Taijuan Walker, last 4 starts, 26 innings pitched, 26 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, and his ERA is a .69, a minuscule .69, Murph. But let's not start out talking about the starting pitching like we did last week, which we pretty much did the whole segment. The offensive struggles continue. For the team that is built to match, this team has done far from it. They're 21st in Major League Baseball in runs scored. They're averaging 3.5 runs per game since they had the 15-run outburst against the Diamondbacks a couple weeks ago. They had a couple opportunities where they had the Braves on the ropes with Aaron Nola and Ranger Suarez with their last outings, and we couldn't get one of those 2 games because the offense wouldn't produce. What's going on with this lineup here?
It's a great question. I guess if we're going to point to any positive, we're going to smile for a second.
Yeah, here we go. Great radio.
There we go. We got some Mets fans in the house.
Yeah, you brought it.
I know you guys brought it. You brought it. Hopefully we bring it today. That would be ideal. I guess if you're going to look at one positive, that's kind of what I do. So I'm going to spin it a little bit positive. I think about 3 weeks ago, the offense was 26th in all Major League Baseball. They're not 21st in baseball. So they're moving in the right direction. That said, what we've seen so far is not only kind of a head scratcher, I think, because when you look at the talent, you put a lineup card out every day. You're right. It's crazy. crazy good, and then yet it hasn't produced. And I think there's lots of reasons for it. They really haven't gotten, with the exception of that short 2-week period, where a couple of guys were hot. They really haven't had their superstars hot at the same time. JT got hot at one point. Trey has really never been hot. Bryce was hot when he first came back. He's cooled off a little bit. Castellanos has been the most consistent throughout the course of the season, and he has been good, but he really hasn't had a whole lot of help. And some of the young guys, Brandon started off on fire, but he cooled, starting to heat up a little bit again, which is good to see. Bryson Stott's cooled a little bit, as good as he was early in the season. So in order to score a lot of runs, you need 3 or 4 guys up and down the lineup consistently hitting, and we just haven't seen that yet. I think we will. I hope we will. They need that because, to your point, they're built to win games by scoring runs. The starting pitching, knock on wood, has been awesome and has helped them win a lot of games in the month of June. But if this team's going to go where they want to go, they need the lineup up and down to be producing. And, hopefully we see it. We still have a half a season to go. There's a lot of time. But you need these guys to start coming out. I can't figure out Trey Turner because Trey, to me, one of the best players in baseball, not just offensive, just one of the best players in baseball. And for the Phillies to bring him in here on the deal that he did, I was through the roof excited. Yeah. And he just hasn't, for whatever reason, clicked yet this year. Now he's going to. It's much like Nick Castellanos a year ago. They're just too good of players to be kept down. But hopefully we don't have to wait the entire season, right?
Yeah, we don't wait until 2024 for him to actually find his stride.
Exactly.
Like Castellanos has.
Exactly. He's going to find his stride. Nick, it took an entire season. Hopefully Trey finds it in a half a season. Because when he finds his stride, look out. Because I know Phillies fans know Trey Turner, what kind of player he is. But getting to watch him every day, I can't wait to watch the Trey Turner that I know in a Phillies uniform every day, because man, he is as exciting of a ballpark player as they get nowadays, and we just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, we need that electricity for sure. And I know we've talked about the lineup a couple times, and hey, listen, Topper's the one that writes up the lineup. I still don't like the fact that Schwarber is ahead of him, though. In the lineup, and I know that's where he's comfortable. But you're taking away the ability of utilizing the speed of a Trey Turner when if Schwarber, if he doesn't hit a home run or doesn't strike out, but if he walks and he actually hits a single, he's climbing up the base paths in front of Trey Turner. And, you signed this guy, and I was sitting there like, maybe 15, 20 home runs is what you can expect this season out of Trey Turner, which is fine. But, I'm looking at doubles, triples, steals, exciting baseball, exciting brand of baseball. I think that they didn't give enough time for him in that leadoff spot, which is where they had him written up from the time they signed him in November all the way through spring training. That's where the ideal spot was him to be. That was where we needed him to be to really ignite this lineup.
I agree. In that certainly when Trey gets all behind Kyle, it does negate some of his tools for sure. Kyle has been better in the leadoff role since he's come back, although he hasn't been lights out. But what Rob Thompson has said time and time again that he likes about Kyle in that leadoff spot is that, right off the bat, first out of the game, threat to take the lead. And he has produced in that role, with leadoff home runs. You only lead off once a game, right? So you certainly could make the argument that for that one time, is putting Kyle up at the top of the lineup worth it, right?
Yes.
And I could see that argument for sure. Even just flip-flopping and putting Trey in the leadoff spot and Kyle at 2 makes a world of difference in terms of. The other thing you could do.
I think Schwartz would see more fastballs.
Yeah.
He would see more fastballs if Turner is on first base and he has the ability to steal second. You can only throw over twice. So if you're going to try, it's either you're going to throw a fastball because you're trying to get him out at second base stealing, and Schwarber can handle the fastballs, or you got the other alternative. Listen, I'm not the one that writes up the lineup, but it just makes more sense for Turner to have the ability to just let him loose.
Yeah. Again, I can't argue with what you're saying because, as a traditional baseball guy, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. You can speed up top, put the power behind them, and that's the way it has worked for years. And I've said this a couple of times over the last couple of weeks, and I've said it to you. I think we have to start looking at the lineup construction a little bit differently nowadays because they are using so much of the analytics to build the lineup now. They have reasons for what they're doing. It's not like, dartboard in the morning, Rob Thompson, and all right, Schwarber's going to lead off kind of thing. I mean, there is tons and tons of analytical data that is going into those decisions.
Right.
So they do have their reasons. That said, would I be shocked that by the end of the year, if Turner's back in the leadoff spot? No, I would not. I do think at some point they might try that again. But until they do, hey, the Phils have won a lot of games in June with Kyle as the leadoff guy. So it's hard to argue, if they were 5-12 in June with Kyle as the leadoff guy, I think we'd have a much stronger argument. And I know, we're doing sports talk radio, and it's important to have takes and everything. But at the end of the day, what Rob Thompson has done in the year plus that he's been the manager, if you're talking about pushing the right buttons, 80% of the time, 85% of the time, he's pushed the right buttons. So hard for me to sit here and really question. I understand the logic, for sure. And I'm sure he does too. But he's privy to a lot more info than I have. So as long as they keep winning games, I don't care what the line is, honestly.
Yeah. Today's June 25th. It's been a full calendar month since Bryce Harper has last hit a home run.
Nuts.
Yep. The opening game against the Braves down in Atlanta was the last time Bryce Harper hit a home run. And I know it's starting to catch up to him a little bit. The questions are starting to rise. It's 24 games since he's last hit a home run. And this is Bryce Harper we're talking about. This isn't like, some Joe Schmo that's batting 8 or 9 in our lineup. The power outage, and you can see it's kind of starting to wear on as the questions start to come this week. 5 strikeouts. He's had 2 strikeouts in that Thursday game. The one was 5-6 feet in front of the plate with the bounce on 3 pitches. When can we expect this drought to end? Today, beautiful day here in South Philadelphia. The ball should be jumping. Carlos Carrasco on the mound.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that today could be the day. But Bryce, my dad says this all the time. When Bryce is going great is when Bryce is going to the left side.
Brian Howard.
That was really Brian Howard's MVP season. He had 58 home runs.
Yeah.
He had 29 to left, 29 to right. When Bryce is going great, is you can tell right now. His shoulders pulling out, his head's pulling out. Everything is not in sync right now because I think he's aware of the drought. It annoys him to no end. And that's the reason why we're starting to see what we've seen out of Bryce these last 4 or 5 games.
Yeah, he took a couple swings yesterday. Good swings. They weren't bad swings. Took a couple swings yesterday where you could almost see the aggression, in his certainly in the swing, but in his mind, in his mindset of I'm going to barrel this up and I'm going to hit it to South Jersey. Because I agree. I think at this point he is aware of how long it's been. I don't know this for a fact. I think I heard or read at some point that 24 games is the longest in his career. So today is 24.
Today will be 25.
Okay, so unless he hits one today, I believe that's going to be the longest streak in his career. So it's absolutely weighing on him. Bryce Harper's the kind of guy that wants to be in the middle of it all, wants to help the team win every single day. They all do, but Bryce takes a lot of pride in that, and Bryce certainly has the ability to do that. So I do think it's weighing on him a little bit. I'm not as concerned about the strikeouts. Bryce is going to strike out, and he's faced so many left-handers during this stretch.
We've seen a lot of breaking balls too. It's the most he's ever seen in his career.
Yeah, and I think teams are seeing that he's been so uber aggressive that they're throwing him the slow stuff, they're throwing him the breaking stuff, and he's been swinging over the top, change up, he's been swinging over the top of point balls, and sliders, obviously. But he also hasn't connected on the fastballs we've seen. So Rob Thompson has been asked this question, a couple of times over the last couple of days. And again, Rob is saying what you would expect him to say, and that is, it'll come. But again, I have no reason to believe that it won't, because that's Bryce Harper. He's that good that you just think, sooner or later, this game's hard. It's hard.
Yes, it is.
And sooner or later, he's going to probably bust out of it. Let's call it right now. Harper home run today. I'm calling it. Mark it down,
I think Castellanos is going to hit one after that murder last night in Colorado. I mean,
He hit one yesterday.
well, yeah, but that was after the people in the Titanic submarine died. Oh my gosh. This isn't MMO. I mean, it's like a proven fact. Castellanos, whenever a tragedy hits, he hits home run the next day.
Side note, not a proven fact. Okay.
Don't hang out alone in the man cave for baseball season. Try hanging out at Cheerleaders with sexy entertainers, $4 domestic beers, Jameson specials, and awesome game day experiences all season long. That's right. Stop in before, during, or after the game, not only to see your favorite entertainers, but also your chance to have the best game day experience. Epic game day experience is at Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club, where champions play. Cheerleaders is open daily from noon until 2 a.m. Coming up in our next segment, we invite in the Divide Live's Mike Powers, super Met fan, onto the show as we talk about hated Mets, hated Phillies, and the Phillies-Mets rivalry. Right here at 102.5 Fox Sports again, where this is Fun Life Baseball Brunch. We'll be right back after this. What's up, buddy?
All right, let me give you these picks. 315.
Yeah, the submarine? Yeah. That's not bad luck, buddy. That's stupidity. Well, yeah, for Castellanos today, no doubt.
I know he's gonna be like, oh man, really?
That kid's on his FanDuel app right now. Dad, give me your phone.
Oh, ring it back. Boy.
He's due. He's got to do it.
Underdog. I'm sorry, did you say you took Seattle? What did you take in that game?
I took the over under.
Okay,
I took the under on that.
I'm going to take the Orioles under.
You taking the over?
No, the Orioles underdog.
Okay.
Minute 30. Wait, it's plus 105. Is that a half point?
Plus 105?
Yeah.
What, on the over under?
No, they're the underdog. Plus 105.
Yeah, plus 105. You're fine. Yeah,
Okay, that's a point.
yeah.
Can't use Harry White either, right?
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen it.
We made that caveat last year that you couldn't say that.
Maybe we should put that out. No Fransky, no LA.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Second segment here on this beautiful Sunday morning here in the Delaware Valley, right outside of Sisselback Park. Phillies Mets this afternoon in the rubber match, grudge match, whatever you want to put it down as. The Phillies need to get the job done today for sure. It's time to make your reservations for another amazing Eagle season. Head to greenlegion.com to get signed up for Tampa, LA, Kansas City, Dallas, and Seattle. Get signed up for day trip games for the Jets, Giants, and the Commodes. Make sure you check out the Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club bus for those day trips as well. greenlegion.com or call 215-666 215-666-5940. That's 215-666-5940. 21 years and counting for the best Eagles road trips around. All right, Chris Sack, Greg Murphy, right here in Xfinity Live, and we're now joined by the Divide Live's Mike Powers. Mike had a show last year. He still does on 102.5 Fox Sports The Gambler, and his show was on after us last year. So we needed to make sure we were out by 11:57. We would be going into your show most of the case this year. But welcome over to the show. I was privileged to be on your show yesterday. We had some fun over there at PBL. And we're going to talk some Phillies Mets rivalry today. So welcome in, Mike.
It's an honor to be here. You guys are amazing. You're a legend, man.
Oh, jeez.
No, like honestly, like I look at.
I just see all these guys. This is a common theme of the program.
Yeah, you see all these guys, Philly fans coming in, taking pictures of you guys here. So it's awesome. Xfinity's very lucky to have you here, for sure. I want to go back to the last segment real quick and give you my duo. I'm not going to say whatever I think I'm going to say and say right from Reyes.
Because Reyes sucks.
I'm going to go Lennon McCartney.
Oh, wow.
Ever.
Like it.
Huge Beatles fan. He ripped up one of my favorite songs. Lennon Having Sleep is a real emotion of a couple breaking up. So I love it all, man. I can't get enough of it. I don't like what they're doing now. They're going to take some of Lennon's old recordings and use AI to finish a song. Let it be.
So to speak.
Yes.
It's amazing. We finally met a Mets fan with a brain.
That's good stuff. That's a really good one.
So, I had time. Yes, I figured it out. So, when you give me time,
You spent maybe 4 minutes on the next.
That just goes to show how much Murph loves these stupid things that I put
No,
together.
I like this category. It's a good one. I like it.
Which, by the way, we're putting out the caveat too. You can't put Harry and Whitey.
Yeah, too easy.
Yeah, too easy. And Francie and Ella.
Yeah.
More modern
Too
day.
easy, and those guys are just.
It should be include T-Mac and
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't include the Phillies announcers in this one, you know?
Yeah. We'll stay away from that. So, listen, we had some fun yesterday on the show, Murph. So I had the privilege of not doing it once but twice, giving out my most hated Mets starting 9.
You pretty much do that every day of your life anyway. You wake up and you're like, here are the 10 Mets I've hated my entire life.
God bless my wife for having to listen to that 365 days a year. Next year is a leap year, so she gets an extra day. So I'm going to give Mike an opportunity because I was recording the show with them yesterday for an hour, but you didn't get the opportunity because we had like the 7-line Army guy was down. Philly captain showed up. It was definitely entertaining for sure with the shuffler that was alongside me for most of the show. So I want to get your top 5 most hated Phillies. I think this would be fun to hear.
So I am from Jersey, originally Brooklyn, but I lived most of my life near Lakewood. So I had the privilege and honor to watch Ryan Howard develop, just smashing home runs in that ball. So one of my least favorite Phillies, and I understand what the Phillies did, was Jim Thomas.
Interesting.
Yeah, because it prolonged his minor league career, and as we know, like in my eyes, I think Howard is a Hall of Famer. I'm not gonna lie, I think he might have to get in there with like the veteran league or whatever. But if he had that extra time in Citizens Bank, I think it would have meant more. I remember Reyes and Wright as a Met fan coming up. They weren't improving yet, but it would be cool to watch him put his team.
2 things about that. Okay, Howard did get the bat hold from Tony.
Yeah.
And that was
And Charlie. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But Tony being here was a presence on him in doing that with the bat point.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Phillies at the time were known as being cheap. In 2002, and they had to sell out a stadium that they were going to tear down in 2003, and they had a new ballpark in 2004 that they had to sell tickets for and get people excited about the team again. Tony, I say this all the time, and my dad doesn't understand. He says it's a wall of mediocrity, and Tony had 2 great years here, and he's on the wall of fame. But him signing here changed the trajectory of that era of Phillies baseball.
That's accurate, and that's exactly why they went out and got him. I've had long conversations with Ed Wade about how that process all kind of took place. Ruben Morrow Jr., who is one of my partners now, also very much involved as the assistant general manager at that time, and to hear why they went out to Tony was fascinating. How they went about it, how they found out.
And the electric workers over here.
It did change the way the Phillies organization viewed themselves going forward. It's no longer that small market mentality, which and we've seen the fruits of that ever since. It's so interesting you say that, Mike, and I think it's a really thoughtful way of approaching that list.
Yeah.
Starting with Tony, because Tony is, people ask me all the time, who's the best player you ever covered, who's the best guy you ever got to cover, and I always say the combination, and it's not even close when I stop to think about it, of best people and best talent put together. Jim Thome in a runaway, because he's one of the best human beings you'll ever meet, and he's one of the best players ever played this game, right? And you put those two things together, and I was lucky enough to cover him 2 times here in Philadelphia. So awesome guy. But hey, you can hate him for the reason you hate him. I love it. All right.
It was just amazing watching how he did
Yeah.
and I front row seat to it literally. And the Liquid Blue Cross retired his number rightfully so immediately. Man, I know Philly would do the right thing, but I feel like his legacy definitely was put on hold. And I get it. They needed help.
And they did that to Utley too.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's somewhere on that list as well.
Well,
It might be number 1.
yeah. I'm going to get into spoiler alert. I'm going to get into that. So I created the Give Us a Shot Network. It's a podcast network that allows guys like me or people that are trying to figure out how to create a podcast. They could use us to really create that platform. It might be something simple like, they don't know how to read graphics, they don't know how to get their voice out, or even upload a podcast, and we're there to assist. But the Give Us a Shot part is from the Noah Syndergaard mic'd up umpire thing, where
Terry Collins.
Give us a shot. So if it wasn't for Utley, I wouldn't have a network. So
You love Howard, you love I'm saying, you know what? I think under that Nelson's got Philly's
And if it wasn't for Utley, Wilmer Flores wouldn't have gotten to play shortstop the year you guys went to the World Series in 2015, because he did exactly what all Mets fans wanted the Mets to do, was to bench Tejada. Like, they had enough of him. They're like, oh my God, he's batting like 150, 180. He did you guys a favor. It was a rallying cry. It sent you guys to the World Series, which screwed up the Cubs going to the World Series in 2015, which was supposed to happen. It goes back to the Future 2-7.
They were so cool.
Yeah, with that whole situation, the Mets definitely capitalized on that. They brought Evan Tejada out of the dugout, like a Mets team, and it looked like a veteran coming back from the war.
Yeah.
So there was
Reed moves, right?
yeah, but also poor guy ruined his career. I don't think he barely touched the majors after that again. So
He didn't belong in the first place.
you don't wish that on anyone.
No.
You certainly don't. And quite frankly, Utley didn't wish that on anything. Utley was a different kind of player. He was an old school guy, and whether you love him or hate him.
I would love him if he was on my
Of
team.
course.
He got here.
Sure.
So that means Utley's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. You go. Before we work it, obviously, get back to it.
So I'm going to go really quick. John Croc, only because for the same reason you guys don't like for the same reason you guys probably don't like Pete Hernandez. I mean, it's just that it's his booth presence. I'm a first baseman at heart, left-handed, so I loved his performance on the field. But they're both homers, so if you like the other team, you're not going to like the other guy. I've seen so many things with Pete Hernandez's head on it, especially when he said Phillies are terrible baseball, and you guys ended up in the World Series, right? So both sides always give it to you. And unfortunately, where I live, I guess fortunately for the broadcast, I have to listen to Phillies announcers if they're from the Mets, because I get blacked out from the New York side. So I'm forced to listen to
And we with you.
So what's 4?
Two more.
So we got Utley, we got Howard, we got Crook.
Yeah.
I know there's
Careful. I can see your brain going.
I was trying to wonder, was he around your mom?
Man, do I know you.
It felt like that, man. After 2000, as a Met fan, the only thing you could even care about were these Philly Mets matchups, right? The men would come in the Shea Stadium every single day, and it's great.
Yeah.
So it's just something.
One pass swing, right?
Yeah,
Billy Wagner.
that's it, man. So that obviously for that, and then my last man, because he was right, he's Jimmy Rollins at the team to beat. I mean, to say that, you're putting a target on your back, and it came out and did it. So you can't be mad. Like we said the other day, though, we got swept out of the Rockies, right? Right after that.
Oh yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hey, it was a lot of fun.
So much
It was a great time.
You know, in a learning experience, I think teams need to learn how to win, how to get into the postseason, and how to win in the postseason. Yeah. Go with this. So that's the list. It's a great list. If you had to put number one, is it Rollins or is it us? Wow.
I think it's got to be up.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because, like I said, you love him if he's on your team. You hate him, absolutely hate him.
He also owns real estate there at Citi Field. They actually, they took the liberty to move Utley's corner closer to the building.
Well, once he's gone.
we need Utley to lease that out to Schwarber at this point.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
make that Schwarber's corner. I don't know if you saw it, like, or I don't know if you saw the intersect, but a really great article in The Athletic this week by Ken Rosenthal. Chase Utley is living in London now as an MLB ambassador.
Yes.
But a big part of the article is about, hey, Mets fans, give this guy a break at this point, and he kind of puts out an olive branch.
He did?
He does?
Yeah, you have to read the article. He says, look, I know there's water on the bridge. We both love baseball. I'm a baseball fan. You're a baseball fan. We all just get along kind of thing. It's an interesting article. And then Rosenthal ends the article with, I know, spoiler alert, but he's like, yes, I can have this.
Yeah, there's been too many darks.
Yeah.
Directions. The one guy that did do that well, Chipper Jones, he named his kid Shay because he owned us.
Yes.
And, we call him Larry. But it's become a little bit, he's going to get the next year.
Yeah, time heals all wounds at some point.
Yeah.
So maybe 25 years from now, Utley can show his face in New York City.
In light of that too. I mean, listen, we hate the Braves just as much as we hate you guys. But from a rivalry standpoint, I know that it's funny because a lot of times when the Phillies are good, the Mets suck.
Yeah.
When the Mets are good, the Phillies suck. So like that stretch of baseball they had there for a few years.
And now it's back.
Yeah, and now it's back.
As bad as the Mets are playing right now, the Mets are a good team. And I'm not counting them out at all this season. I really believe that they're going to be in the mix near the end. Probably not for the division. I'm not necessarily sure.
They're 14 out.
Right.
I mean, the Braves, man.
They get hot.
Yes.
For sure. But I do think they're going to be in the postseason mix. And I think that's great for baseball. I really think it's great for them. And I hope we beat the Mets when it's all said and done. But I enjoy when both teams are good. And I think both teams are good right now.
MLB recognizes that, and that's why it's in September. Mets Phillies, they're going to cash in on that from a broadcast standpoint for sure. The problem I have is now next year we're going to lose a few games to London, right? So we're not going to be able to fill up this group for all of our queens. And then also like the schedule how it is now. So we're not getting as many games. So it is kind of sad we're not going to see each other again until September.
Yeah, and I hear you, but I like the balanced schedule for a lot of reasons. And I think it's important now with so many wild card teams. You almost have to do it that way. Quite frankly, for the National League East right now, it's the best thing that can happen. Because if not, the team from the Central, is going to steal that second wild card spot because they're going to beat up on the really poor teams. And I for one, love the fact that the Mets and the Phillies are going to play one another.
Yeah.
Just awesome. I can't wait. I mean,
it is cool. I wish there was more games.
Yeah, fair enough.
My wife was trying to already promote Bud Light Baseball Brunch in London next year. I was like, as long as Quimby's there, he's bringing the gear. I don't feel like doing that this time. But just real quick before we go to break and we say goodbye to Mike here on the show. Listen, we're all dads. We love baseball. We hate the Braves. So last week was Father's Day. And so the Braves had designated Charlie Corson for assignment on the day where his father was scheduled to throw out the first pitch. Instead, they designated for assignment and they let Michael Harris's dad do the honor. Talk about cold-hearted. What a shame of an organization.
Yeah, it's funny. I saw that headline last week, and I guess I didn't quite understand. I didn't realize that's exactly what happened. Ouch. That's brutal.
Yeah, on Father's Day, he's going to throw out the first pitch, and they designated him for assignment on Father's Day morning.
So Dad gets sent down too.
Like he normally.
It's like, oh, they were. Yeah. Did you get to go for the first pitch down in
I don't think he got it there in time. But Mike, it's a pleasure having you on the show, man.
Hey, Mike, great talk.
Looking forward to doing more content with you in the future.
Give me a go film.
Premier Window Cleaning is a leading window cleaning company in Philadelphia and the surrounding areas. Family owned and operated. They offer commercial and residential window cleaning, pressure washing, parking garage cleaning, graffiti removal, post-construction cleaning. They have 30 years experience. Every employee is trained, certified, and goes through an extensive background check. At Premier Window Cleaning, your satisfaction level needs to be 100%, as no job is complete until you're happy. With clients like Chop Roberts and the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, you cannot go wrong. For more information and a full list of their services, give them a call, 267-534-5198. That's 267-534-5198. Go to the website, WeHateDirtyWindows.com. That's WeHateDirtyWindows.com. On the other side, I'm just going to be honest with you, Murph and I sucked last week with our picks, and we're looking to bounce back here on this Sunday morning here in the Delaware Valley, right here, 102.5. Fox Sports again with Bud Light Baseball Brunch, brought to you by Gentlemen's Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club. We'll be right back right after this. Good time. Hey,
Mike, that was great. Really great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, so what night is the show on now?
So we're Friday nights.
Friday
and then
nights?
I also have a show.
I love it.
Parlays,
Okay.
Live from the studio. And so some of our bets and stuff, I'm going to clip off from that.
Okay. So what time are you guys on Friday night?
Friday 7.
Oh.
And then Powers Parlays is 6 p.m.
They should have.
Every Tuesday.
They're a little before my time.
Friday,
so I never
7
really
a.m.
looked at them.
The Tuesday nights, what time?
6 p.m.
To 7?
Yeah.
Get it on there.
Oh, yeah, Mike
You
Shannon.
come back.
I got to meet Mike Shannon. Yeah. Well, Larry's good friends with him, Larry Anderson. So I got a chance to meet him, hang out with him for a little bit. What a great guy. Yeah. I don't have any announcements on my list. 'Cause, I know, but then I have to alienate the other.
Dude, we got a good one. Yeah, see it?
My father said his name. Keith Hernandez, but I did it in the Cardinals.
I am, but because I'm looking at the run sheet, I don't really look at the board.
Franco and Orozco,
I do.
feel
No,
like-
I can see everything.
Yeah. That's good. I don't know who I'd have to really.
Plus, at the
give
same
that
time,
a
while I'm talking, I don't feel like I'm looking at myself.
Not
Like,
Franco. I never.
I see the snippets that they have with Jansen and Brace. You can tell Jansen's
Yeah.
looking in there. He's
Yeah, we did. I'm sure it was. I've gotten to know Keith Hernandez over the years. I know he,
you got a good voice.
he does a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Well, I don't never listen. I like Mondaro. Again, I don't get to listen because we're on opposite, so maybe that's why he gets He's very bright. Yeah, he's a bright guy. How many can you believe it's here?
Oh, dude, it's fun. I could go any which way.
If I just find one, is that all right?
Yeah, you want me to send you one of mine?
No, that's fine. Oh, I used to do that all the time. Yeah. Yeah, I used to play that every year when I was an anchor, Like my schedule's just during the summer. Golf tournaments are hard. Yeah. What day was it? Yeah, but John wasn't working.
Here, I just sent you two.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear John played. That's good. You sent me two?
I just sent you two.
All right.
Dude, I got a ton from this.
All right, thank you.
Got 1 minute?
One year we were still at the bank, and he comes in, he was I think he hurt his ankle for the next year. And they're playing, and he was swinging him. Did you hurt yourself?
funny that he had John on his list.
You gonna let John know?
Oh yeah. Oh, I could see how if he wasn't on your side, you'd hate him.
The crop counter is one of the best things I've ever had.
It's gonna be awesome.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
The crop counter is amazing. It's so good.
Bud Light Baseball Brunch, brought to you by Cheerleaders Gentlemen's Club. Final segment here on this Sunday morning. We take you into Phillies Mets this afternoon in the rubber match in South Philadelphia. E&J Mobile Cigar Lounge. They can be found on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at EJ Mobile Cigar Lounge. The website is www.ejmobilecigarlounge.com. They'll come to you for any occasion or event. They are the premier luxury mobile cigar and hookah lounge in the Philadelphia area. Call or text EJ today, 215-806-3999. That's 215-806-3999. You can also check them out down here for all Eagles home tailgates at 1100 Social with us at the Green Legion. And real quick, Mike Powers, his shows, you can catch him in the Divide Live on Friday evenings from 7 to 8 on The Gambler. 102.5 Fox Sports The Gambler. And he also has another show on Tuesdays from 6 to 7, Powers Parlays. It sounds like me and Murph need to start listening to that show so we can get back in the win column after last week.
Yeah, I really don't know if I can get.
All right.
This is why I don't do it for real.
Yes. All right. So let's finish out your 5 duos, Murph. Give us the other 4 on your list.
All right, in no particular order. Okay.
It never is.
Nope. I gave you Frank Barney already.
Yes, you did.
Frank Winston, Barney Roll. They're cool. This is another one that kind of.
You didn't sound so sure that they were that cool.
Well, no, they were cool.
You kind of had the hesitation.
I learned everything about being cool from Frank Barney, so kind of shows it.
You could go Yogi and Boo Boo. Go ahead.
I never like that. All right, Jack and Diane.
Okay,
Yeah. I taking a picture of the life. No, Jack and Diane, because it brings me back to some great times in my life. That song was a huge hit at the time.
I think it was on the radio last night when I was stuck.
Oh, yeah, it still lives to this day. It's a great. My kids love that song now. So Jack and Diane, they live on as a great duo for sure. Summer days, gin and tonic, right? Or Urban and Coke.
Rum and ginger.
Whatever.
Mixed drinks, cocktail.
There you go. I'll do gin and tonic on a summer afternoon. That's a pretty good combo, right? No doubt. The Blues Brothers.
Okay.
All right. Have you ever seen them? You probably have seen the Blues Brothers.
I have not.
Great movie. Very funny. Dan Aykroyd and Belushi back in the day. But also part of Saturday Night Live for a long time. And they were just hysterical. And their humor still lives today. Like, it works even today. So, for that reason, I put them all out there. And finally, something cool. Maverick and Goose. Right?
On top of them.
Yeah. So, I kind of relate a lot more to Goose. That's a lot about me, but Maverick and Goose together, they were a great combo. So, that's my fun.
Sounds great. We didn't get any butt kissers on the list this week. So
no one said that?
No one said us. I know,
but you still wanted to see
it still would have been nice to see somebody say Sacramento. But then again,
I'll go onto your Instagram and like your pictures. You'll be fine.
Self-deprecating, no doubt about it. All right, so here we go. We got Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and chocolate.
Okay.
Cheech and Chong. Walter White and Jesse Pinkman. Now,
that's a pretty good combo.
Yeah, I know, but after your rant about Breaking Bad last week. Ralph Cramden and Ed Norton, a honeymoon. Right? Black Thunder and White Lightning. Summerall and Madden.
Oh, good one. But I did say I personally wasn't going to announce.
You were a good one.
But that is a good one.
Okay. So where are you going?
Okay, so that's our list. What's the first one?
Batman and Robin.
Second one?
Peanut butter and chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Reese's Pieces.
All right, out of that list. Maybe we can do
Yeah, just
worst
terrible.
ever. We go. I'm gonna go against what I said. I'm gonna go Matt Summerall.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
No doubt. Congratulations, Mike.
Oh, Mike here at the World
And it pays off for him to come down here. He's here pretty much every Sunday to do the show.
And we were all just talking, and I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from announcing because but that was the best one."
That's the reason why I don't say the name along with it.
I don't ever want to know who's sending
Should be your email address. All right, you good
All
seconds, all right?
right.
All right, Murph, let's get to our picks for today's action in Major League Baseball. We both had 1 and 2 last week, and we both scored 1 point. So you're now at 16-11 with 18.5 points. And I am now 17
You know, 2.5 points is a point for the record. I'm not gonna say well.
Okay. Is that all you learned in your education?
Oh, yeah, legit time figure, right?
Oh, man. I have a 3.5 point lead on you in the point standing. So I'm only 1 game up on you, but in the points, which is where it matters most, 3.5 up on you. So why don't you give me your first pick for today?
All right, I'm going to go backwards. I'm going to start with my over-under today. My over-under, and again, I'm a terrible gambler, and I don't gamble in real life. Pirates and Marlins, the over-under in that game is 7. That's low. It is, right? So that screams take the over,
And they played to the under the first 2 games, I believe. I think it was like 4-3 yesterday. I think it was 3-1 or 3-2. Like, yeah, low scoring series so far in Miami.
All right, so as a seasoned gambler, you would say go over, right? I mean, I know the line is saying.
Probably telling me 1-0.
All right, well, I'm taking the over under 7 on the Pirates and the Marlins.
Before we went on air, this looked pretty good. Cubs minus 165 in London versus St. Louis. Now they're down 6-4. What is that? I don't want to throw my neck out, but the Cubs are winners of 11 of 13. Stroman was on the hill, 9-4, 2.28 ERA this season, and they're about to lose 3 this week to the Phillies. So I figured I'd give them 1 more win before we go to Chicago and wipe up the floor with them. But right now, not looking good. But before the show did, they were up 4-0, now down 6-4. So second pick.
All right, second pick for me. I'm going to go with my underdog. And again, Orioles, Mariners. I know Seattle's a good team. The Orioles are a good team too. That game's at home for Baltimore.
Yes.
The Baltimore's the underdog. Again, it's like
It's weird.
It is weird. Now they're a slight underdog. They're plus 105. I think the Orioles will win. I'll finish that series up and take it as my underdog and just give my fingers.
I know you took the underdog. I took the under. 8.5 in that game. The first 2 games they've gone over in this series. So odds are saying, Kirby, Bradish. Kirby's got 3.29 ERA. Bradish 3.88. I expect both teams to show up and pitch today for the first time this weekend down there at Camden Yards. Last pick.
Finally, and I know you're going to give me a hard time. But why wouldn't I?
God, I knew this was coming as soon as I saw the line. As soon as I saw the line.
Why wouldn't I?
I know.
Why wouldn't I take the Phillies over the Mets today?
Minus 190.
That's my favorite and 1-0 lead. Right? I mean, that's just smart.
No, it's smart because I have to root for you to get 1 point this week. I have to root.
The home team,
This is
brother.
unfair. This is unfair. Okay. All right. I'll give this one to you. I'll gladly give you a point because I'm gonna have 4. The Rangers are my underdog pick today, up at New Yankee Stadium. They're plus 100 on the road. Nathan Eovaldi, Garrett Cole. What a pitching matchup that's going to be. With the Yankees offense, since Judge went down, absolutely is putrid.
Yeah.
It stinks. The Rangers can break, and Garrett Cole is susceptible to the long ball. I expect the Rangers to break enough today to where they win that game. Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
Nope.
John Jansen just broke that kid's neck with how loud the speakers were, and he turned around and like, good job, John. Way to grab the attention here about that baseball brunch.
We will force this radio show on you.
Shut right down your throat, damn it. You're going to eat this. All right, so 2 things we found interesting from this past week in Major League Baseball. There was a lot, especially the last 2 nights.
Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, yeah. Man, special stuff. Give me your first one.
All right, well, the first one is focusing in on the Cincinnati Reds because LA David Cruz just continues to marvel Major League Baseball. He's only been up for 2.5 weeks at this point, and he's done some amazing things. How about that? Here's a complete list of every 21-year-old player in the history of Major League Baseball, the history of the cycle. Mike Trout, LA David Cruz.
Well, hit for the cycle with extenuating circumstances.
Oh, and still with it. And still with it. Right. But I can't imagine the list is much longer without the stolen. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, probably not. But and still with it. But yeah, he's just been electric so far, and the Cincinnati Reds are winning baseball games as well. It's what Charlie Bobber said. It's like he's a kid again.
Yeah, he's reborn.
Yeah, he's just so excited to be around this guy. So he's been pretty spectacular.
Third shortest amount of games ever played for a guy that hit for the cycle.
Yep.
And first time, we thought our drought was long with David Bell, 19 years. First time that a Red had hit for the cycle since Eric Davis back in 1989. 1989. There's some pretty good ball players that have gone through Cincinnati.
Do you think you get it for David Bell? Look, I mean, you don't have the record anymore in Philly, but
I got to do it.
I got you.
That right there.
I got you, Skip.
Yes, he's playing for his manager. Speaking of that game, the Braves collected 15-plus hits, scored 10-plus runs, hit 5-plus home runs, had a 3-home-run inning, stole multiple bases, committed 0 errors, struck out 10-plus opposing batters. No other team in Major League Baseball history did all that in the same game. Prove it. And they lost. And they lost.
Wow.
That's courtesy of Octastats.
That's a great one. How did they figure that stuff out? Seriously.
They actually, when we think that we don't have lives, those people really don't have lives.
Well, thank goodness we're going to give them this thing. All right, how about this? Most 5-hit games in one season by one Major League Baseball hitter. Ty Cobb had 4, Stan Musial had 4, Tony Gwynn had 4, and Ichiro Suzuki had 4. And Luis Ariz had 3 5-hit games this month. This month. I mean,
got 401.
Easily the best hitter of baseball.
No doubt.
I mean, he needs to do it for a longer period of time than the last 2 seasons. But working on becoming one of those guys that we talk about 25 years from now.
No doubt.
And I get to watch Luis Ariz play. What a hitter kind of thing. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Saw him at the cycle here.
Yeah.
Earlier season. The only time I've ever seen that in person. This one is courtesy of Sarah Langs. The Angels' 21 runs in the 3rd or 4th innings were tied for the most in a 2-inning span in a game in Major League Baseball history. That is now tied with the June 6th, 1894 Pittsburgh Pirates. Also did it in the 3rd and 4th. Only other team with even a 20-run such span was the June 26, 1890 Philadelphia Quakers, who did it in the 6th and 7th innings.
I remember.
Absolutely insane. Robert, we got a big week ahead of us. It starts today, starts this afternoon. Rubber match with Zach Wheeler on the mound. And Zach Guy outside of maybe Taiwan Walker right now, who you want on the mound to try and win this series. Then off day tomorrow, 3 in Chicago, and come back home, 3 against the Washington Nationals. We need to really start making up some ground. 10 behind the Braves. For as high as we've been losing ground in both the wild card race and the division. But the Phillies need to keep this up through the rest of June and take it over.
Yeah, I agree. We talk about August and what that means for the home schedule. But first things first, take care of business today. I talked about it at the top of the show. I think it's a huge game this afternoon versus They need to win today. And going off day in Chicago tomorrow, and then play a tough country every week. So it's not going to be easy, but coming off a road trip, they played really well.
Awesome stuff. Thanks again, Harvard, for joining us here today. John Jansen here on the board. Mike Powers going to second segment. The Magic Man back in studio. Kyle Nunamaker. For Greg Murphy, I'm Chris Sacker, like a 3-1 pitch to Ryan Howard. We are out of here. Let's get this game this afternoon. Fighting Phils. Mets suck.
Thanks, Slash.
Thank you, Kyle.
Thanks, Slash. Appreciate you, buddy. I'll see you down here next Sunday.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.